Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's jump into it right now. Okay, we got this girl who's clearly tattooing out of her house, out of her casa. It is what looks like it's gonna be a biomech legs. Oh my God. It's a very bad tattoo. Is there anything we could learn about this? Let's dive deep. Is there something you could learn about this? Look, no. This is a bad tattoo, and it's done by someone who does not care about tattooing or people at all. I'm always blown away. I'm like, how did you come to this idea that you're like, I need to give this a go, okay? You should have been like, I should never do this in my life. Taking selfies with a tag gat. Like, bruh. So this is why, just in general, a lot of people don't like Amazon or these like toothbrush looking tattoo machines. It's because anybody can pretty much use it, and it's clear that it's a mistake for most people to use it. I don't know. I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say, except that's a hot pile of garbage. On to the next.
Здравствуйте, друзья, значит, рассказываю. Захожу такой на балкон, а тут... Нихуя себе! Нихуя себе! Сломать терпеть!
Okay, so clearly this person has mental problems, right? And he's obviously speaking Russian, and it just makes me go, do you think he knows what this says across his head? I think he does. I think he knows exactly what's happening on, I'm just curious, like out in Russia or Kazakhstan, wherever this is, if they understand English words. Because I'm like, man, that looks awful. I mean, imagine if you had just like Russian curse words all over your face. You'd be like, some guy in Russia's making a YouTube video about how you're an idiot. Ugh, just bad, dude. F the rules. Put it on my face. This is like Steve-O's Gen Z version, right? Like, just dumb looking. Putting spray paint all over his face. I like that part. I wish he would just drown in spray paint. I think that's kind of like the moral of how I feel. That's like the bottom of this story. Just like go to town forever. But yeah, just dumb looking, awful. On to the next.
I have a QR code tattooed on my arm, and it changes every day to any link that the public votes for 1 year. This is what it went to for the last 2 weeks, while I explain how someone is ruining my project. For the last month, every day, someone has been spamming the votes at midnight, using different and temporary emails to get past my 1 vote per person rule. Almost every link is a temporary file uploaded to catbox.mo, which mainly go to Italian animes and streamers. And no one else is able to win. This person has voted up to 100 times from the same IP address using different emails, so people seem to be giving up voting and the project is dying out. So what I want to ask is, who are you and why are you choosing these links? And I want to ask everyone else to vote, because how many emails can this person possibly make? See you next week.
Okay. So this is one of the more unique internet things I have seen in a long time. It's obviously really dumb. Obviously the QR code is really stupid looking. That part, and like the fact that it's on her arm forever like that, really dumb. The idea that someone's presenting this as like an artsy fartsy thing. This is her project. Awful and dumb and silly and weird. But okay, tattoos being live animations. So, I mean, my breakdown of this is, that is dumb. I don't know. Today, my vocabulary is not here. I'm like, that is dumb. That is also dumb. No, I just like the idea that someone's gonna put a permanent QR code on their arm. Is it giving anyone else like main character vibes? I don't know. If this person walked up to me and they're like, my QR code changes because of the public's voting system, I'd be like, bro, I hate you. Please don't bring your arm anywhere near me, okay? This QR code brings people together. I don't know. Just don't shoot me. I don't want to see it. You know what I wanted to see? Not that. I'm glad her project is getting ruined. Her crummy ass tattoo that she got 6 weeks ago and now makes videos and social medias about. That's what a project is these days. I just make TikToks. That's so stupid. On to the next. I have a new project. It says, after 7 years of being locked up, prison tattoo game is crazy. Actually, he looks really cool. A lot of those tattoos, don't look great, but what looks great is the fact that they're all stacked together and looking cool. Let me see. Let me pause it for a second. Let's pause on the back piece right there. The back piece, it says Chicago. He's got some like Hispanic looking things going on there. That looks pretty interesting. Obviously, I don't think it's a great tattoo. Let's look at his front. That actually looks very bad. Super bad. Chihuahua, that kind of is cool, but like all the lettering and everything mixed in between, that does not look good. But his back looks cool. His back looks interesting. He's got the Mexican flag. He's got the Chicago flag, I guess. Is that Chicago? Yeah, that's Chicago. Chicago! If you want me to come to Chicago and do some tattoos, I would love to. Hit me up, DM me, let me know. Do you want me to come hang out with you in Chicago? In Chicago? I'll do some tats if enough people hit me up. I need to do at least 15 tattoos. No, I need to do 12 tattoos to make it worth it. Yeah, dude, prison tattoos. You got nothing but time. I've never been to prison. Would I go to prison and do well? What do you think? I would do pretty good in the tatting department. I'd be like hella busy doing tattoos, but no, I don't think I would do. If I had to fight people, bruh, I would mess some people up. I'd be like, hey, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up? Come at them, dude. On to the next. Okay, this, I'm just gonna pause it right here. You had tattoo. Just look at all this hard work. Just look. This is what it takes to be an amazing tattooer. Look, I was on a podcast recently and I was talking about the top elite tattoo artists, like the greatest to have ever done it type of tattooers. And this is the work that is required to be that level of tattooing. Personally, I look at this and I go, that's on me. I couldn't do it. If you made me sit and do this, I would probably rather work construction, just honestly. Man, this is also a very autistic-y kind of way of pursuing tattooing. I don't mean that in an insult in any kind of way. I just mean like every part of that is so perfectly done that there's some for sure mental stuff. Like, dude, no. I couldn't do this for a day. I couldn't even do this for half a day. So there's some like, this guy's studying tigers the way Magnus Carlsen studies chest openings. Like, this is bizarre. I've never seen it, like a tattooer who is like this type of wild, but hey, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Again, like, you want to be the greatest tattooer to ever live? This is the level of obsession you need. And most tattooers would look at this and be like, that's on me. I'm not like that. Yeah, no, I'm not. I would hate that, honestly. It would be one of my worst nightmares. If you were like, you're just gonna do tiger parts, like claws and eyes for the next 148 years. I'd be like, nope, I'll go lay brick, dude. I'll go lay brick. I'd rather do that. I'll be a social studies teacher. Not really, because I would hate to be a teacher. This would be up there with being a teacher. If I had to be around your snot-nosed little turd kids or doing this, it would be a toss-up. I'd be like, neither? Can I not do that? That's what I would say. That's how I would feel. Yeah, next. Okay, let's keep this train a-rolling. Absolutely insane placement, OMG. OMG is exactly how I feel. Okay, now this line work is pretty much exactly what I think you would get from any tattooer who was pulling super thin lines like this on a rib. My major takeaway from this is like, you look at that tattoo and you cannot tell what it is at all. I know, like, because they zoomed in on parts of it, that it is this like boat, Asian boat scene, probably Japanese, I think, maybe Vietnamese. I don't know who wears those rice hats, maybe. Who wears rice hats? All of them? I don't know. Not all of them. Chinese, Japanese, Korean? I don't know. I don't know what kind of boats they are, but I know that that's some sort of boat. Just a bad looking dumb tattoo. I just go, that's bad looking. That's bad. And why is anyone getting that? I don't know. Will it look good tomorrow? No. Does it look good today? No. No, it doesn't. It's a bad image to be tattooed, and then to be in this super fine line style just makes it look extra bad. But I mean, there's no way. There's no way anyone sits around and they're like, that's a great looking tattoo. Nope, if you had that on your ribs, you'd be bummed. Next, you've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it a million times. A line. The most interesting tattoo in the world, a line. Every time I have something to say about a person getting a line tattoo, someone else is like, I love it. And I go, huh? You love that of all things? First off, this line isn't trying to be perfect, which I can respect, but it looks so unperfect, right? Like it's crookedy, it's jankety, it's not trying to be perfect, I think, because it's so unstraight, but it's not trying. I can respect that. It's just like, hey, we're a line, dude. We don't go straight up and down, sideways, or anything like that. We go the way we want, when we want. Okay? This one's going whoopity whoopity woo, right? Any way it wants. Good for them for not playing by the rules of lines. But I just cannot imagine every single time I say like, oh, I hate this line tattoo. There's a horde of people who are like, no, I love that. So if you could explain in the comments what is so likable about this tattoo, please describe it to me. Explain it in detail. What is so nice about this line tattoo? And do it without giving me some mumbo jumbo, arty farty language. Like, this is someone explaining why they like this line. This line represents the tranquility between the peace of mind and one's hand. It comes through and it explores what we imagine to be a tattoo on a person's arm. Therefore, this is exactly what you don't expect, which makes it exactly what you need to see as a tattoo. You like my art explanation? That's how I feel like everyone talks when they're explaining some garbagey tat thing to me. They're like, this explores the differences between the mind and the hand. You enter the circumstances of which we have to exist in. I don't know, that probably sounds pretty good. I don't know for sure, we're gonna have to play that back. Do I sound all right? Probably. Do I sound wise? Yeah. You're like, dang, Kirk's like understanding this line tattoo. And then you're like, but it's just a stupid line. It means nothing and it looks awful. Every time someone's always like, no, that line looks amazing. Facts about my bloody knee tats. These are tattoos. Yes, we know, because you just told us they are tattoos. These are exactly what my clients asked for, and I love them. This is a specific style called injury tattoos. No, it isn't the only thing I tattoo. I mainly tattoo cartoons and type residualism and fine line. You do not have to like it. That is okay. Everyone will always have their own opinions. Oh, that's it. That's it. Yeah, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. My own opinion, don't like it. I don't know. I wish people would just go get injured. Instead of tattooing injury tats, just go fall down. Go fall down. Go get your knees bloodied. I don't mean that in the worst kind of way. I don't mean it in the nicest kind of way. You know, like I'm not telling you to go fall down a flight of stairs. But I'm not telling you not to. Like, if you want to have scratches, just keep falling down. I don't know. I just don't see it. You know, this is like one of those times. There's just a tattoo. It exists. I go, hey, that's a tattoo. I don't like it. I think it looks dumb. And I don't know what it's gonna look like. And I don't know that that matters really because it's a dumb tattoo now, so it's a dumb tattoo later. I just kind of go like, I don't know. I don't get it. It looks dumb. That's it, I think. If they like them, good for them. Honestly, I'm here to support their decisions. Next.
You got to treat it like a job, it is a blue collar job. You know, we're not actually rock and roll stars. We're like brain surgeons. I'm sorry. You know, you got to show up on time, have your drawings ready, be nice to your clients, you know, and just put in hours and work, and that's what it is, you know. So, I mean, you can do okay. You can have a good life for sure. make it work for you in the way you want to, but it's like you do have to treat it like a job.
I think this is just something everyone should listen to if you want to ever be a tattooer. It is just a job. You know, like it's a job that we love and it's better than a lot of jobs, but it is just a job you have to work at. I always say, like, I'm not the greatest tattooer. I'm aware of it. I wasn't gifted with some amazing drawing abilities. I wasn't gifted with some tattooing abilities. It's not like I just see things and I make things happen. No. The one skill I always had is ass power, dude. I could sit there, I could focus, I could work, and I just kind of get by doing the hard work. And if you don't have that in tattooing, you're going to be relying on just your skill or your personnel or whatever, I don't know. But it's like, always to me, it's like, nah, it's just a 9 to 5. Like, you just got to put it in the same way you do anything else in this world. And maybe even it's more so, right? Like more homework and all that stuff. Nowadays, I sit and I talk to you guys. I build things. I don't know what I do anymore. Who knows? Who knows? Am I even a tattooer anymore? Next. We're gonna do something a little different and talk about something I said in a video. I was in a video clip on a podcast. Let's listen to it. I think I mentioned it already earlier. Let's do it.
Tattooing sucks purely because of the attitudes of tattooers.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's wrong with tattooing is because people draw on iPads. Like, why the fuck does that matter? If you're drawing, you're drawing.
It's because they're dumb. And like a guy like that leaving a comment, you're like, it's because he's retarded. You know, come on, like, let's be real. None of it's that serious. Like, go fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, this is a goofball job for goofball people, and some people crush it. Yeah. You know, like every tattooer is like so absorbed with their own like perception of what's going on, including myself. Like, I make a whole YouTube video about it, so like the irony is not lost on me, but we don't have a very good perspective of what's happening outside of our view of tattooing, you know? Yeah. And so a lot of times they blame a fucking nothing, an iPad. Like, that drives me crazy. Like, you think an iPad's the problem in tattooing? You think a dildo pen's the problem in tattooing? Like, really? That's the problem in tattooing?
So I wish this clip would have continued, and actually I don't think it did a very good job in the podcast just about this one question. I think it's a great podcast, go watch it. But the one thing that in tattooing, there are a lot of problems, right? And to me, the biggest problem that's currently happening in tattooing has more to do with the people who control tattooing. And I know that this sounds kind of like big tattoo, like almost like big pharma type of concept, or very conspiracy-esque, and I'm not trying to make it sound that way, but the reality is that, like, in tattooing, the people who make the most money from tattooing are generally supply companies, manufacturers, all these different companies that are involved in tattooing, and they don't always have the best interest of tattooers at all. So, like, to me, the average tattooer who complains and bitches and moans, I think that they have a very flawed perspective of what the actual problems in tattooing are. If you think that the next generation of tattooers is the problem, I think you're dumb. If you think it's people who use iPads or don't use coil machines, I think you're dumb. I think that most tattooers have sat back, watched as tattooing was sold piece by piece to people who have nothing to do with tattooing, and in a lot of ways controlled how tattooing has been influenced because of how much control they have. They're the biggest issues to me in tattooing. I think it's by far no one competes with them. Like, if you're telling me that the people who make the most money from tattooing have nothing to do with tattooing, I think that's an issue. And I think that's probably the biggest issue in tattooing. And it seems like nobody wants to talk about it. And it seems like no one can really talk about it because of a million different issues. But it's a problem we're gonna solve here. Gearing up to do that very soon. I hope you stick around. I hope you like and subscribe and do all the things you have never wanted to do. Let me see if I can stand on this. What will happen? Oh, that's scary. I'm not a thrill-seeking kind of guy. See you in a few days. Oh, shit.